Welcome back to Honda Garage Idaho. In today's video, we're taking a look at the factory center armrest option from Honda for our 2011 CRZ. These are pretty hard to find these days since they were discontinued by Honda, and while the installation process isn't terribly difficult, I'm going to show you how to do that as well as where to source the extra parts and installation materials you may need if you pick up a second-hand armrest and it doesn't come with the complete kit. So let's get started. So for starters, you're going to need to take your center console out. That involves removing some of the plastics here beneath the stereo and actually taking out this entire plastic trim through the center of the vehicle. I'm not going to go into that process super in depth here. I've already made a separate video on how to remove just the console by itself, but you will need to do that to start, and the link is in the description for that video if you'd like to see how to do it. Here is the center console for my vehicle, and whoever owned this previously actually must have had an armrest installed because these holes were pre-drilled for an armrest bracket. We'll go over that later, but you will need to pop out and remove the cup holders if yours are still in the vehicle. Those are just held in with plastic clips all around the side here, so you can just get a pry tool and pick that cup holder assembly straight up and snap it out, same as in the section of the video where I show how to adjust the parking brake. Now, here is the armrest assembly that I picked up secondhand from a fellow CRZ owner and forum member, and you'll see that it does have plastic clips here along the bottom edge. Those are going to mate perfectly with our center console, but there's also this metal bracket portion sticking down, and that's because obviously if you put this already somewhat heavy armrest just in here with those plastic mounts, any weight or pressure you put on it, it'll pop right back out. So there's actually an extra metal bracket that goes in between this and the floor of the vehicle to keep it much more stable. Okay, so right down here behind the emergency brake assembly and underneath these cables is where our lower bracket is going to mount. In fact, this bolt right in here and this bolt right here is what we're going to take out, and that's what our bottom plate is going to mount to. Now, if like me, you picked up your armrest secondhand, which is the only way really to get them at this point, it likely did not come with this interim mounting bracket, and that is where my first solution that I'm super excited to share actually comes in today. This bracket is actually a part that I designed myself on live stream a while back because my armrest didn't come with this bracket. There's nowhere to buy them separately. A lot of the times the brackets get left in the vehicle when the armrest is removed to be sold somewhere else. So I 3D scanned and modeled my own bracket here. It's a fairly simple design, but this is one of the first products that I am basically wanting to make public and share with other people. I've got a website coming up soon, which is hondagarageid.store. That's going to have a spot where you can either buy a physical version of this or download the 3D model yourself if you'd like to tweak it or manufacture it yourself as well. So keep an eye out for that. That's going live soon, and let's take a look at how to install this bracket. So as I said, the bracket is going to mount down here, and it's actually going to be partially underneath these cables. So if you don't want to mess around with these, especially if they've been recently adjusted, what we're going to do instead is actually unbolt the e-brake arm by taking off these two 12mm bolts here on the frame. So with our emergency brake lowered all the way down and then removed, we're now free to slide the bracket underneath here. So before we do that, let's remove these other 12mm bolts to make way. Okay, so with those two bolts out of the way, now we can take our bracket and just slide it down underneath the cables right here. Now on this metal arm on the passenger side, there is this plastic clip. This is what one of the screws goes through to hold the original center console plastic in place. We're going to remove that clip because this bracket is going to come up against it, and one of the bolts is going to pass all the way through that hole and sandwich it together. This clip is fairly easy to remove, just squeezing with pliers and pushing out from the bracket. So now we can see we've got our bracket holes lined up here, and that puts this hole on the bracket in line with the hole on the existing mounting tab here. So those will just stay sandwiched right together, and we can reinstall the 12mm bolts down here to squeeze this frame back down into the chassis. Okay, so here it is. We got the bracket installed here. It fits perfectly. Plenty of clearance for the e-brake cables, whether it's down or up. So next up, let's take a look at the hardware we're going to need to mount our armrest to these brackets, and then we'll move on to cutting the holes in the actual center console to pass the bolts through. Now we're going to need 3 M6 bolts total. There's one here on the driver's side and 2 that pass through on the passenger side. If yours doesn't come with the factory hardware, any M6 by 25 will work. The factory bolts have a regular washer and a little lock washer in here, so you may grab those as well. So for the factory center console, we are going to basically drill a new hole on each side as well as widen the existing Phillips head screw hole on either side. Now, when I was doing my 2013 black interior conversion, I actually picked up this center console that already had the armrest installed at one point, so everything here is pre-drilled, and I did get the caps for those and everything. But I'll briefly go over what you'll need to do if you have a stock unmodified console here. Starting off with drilling out the front existing holes where the Phillips head screws usually go, the Honda directions say that you should drill this out to 13 millimeters or just over ½ inch in diameter. We're also going to add spacers on the bolts that go through here, so make sure that your hole is just slightly larger than those spacers. Now, the OEM collars that Honda provides for this are about a 12 millimeter outer diameter, 9.5 millimeter inner diameter, and they're about 4 millimeters tall. So if you're looking for aftermarket ones, those are the dimensions you'll want to match. Those will get pressed in here in the original inset screws. And again, you don't have to be too particular on the hardware on this. This is quite a bit larger than the bolts that will be going through. And if you drill your hole a larger diameter, get whatever collar size matches that. The biggest thing is making sure the depth is 4 millimeters so that you're not crushing the plastic when that bolt gets tightened down. Moving on to the new holes that we're drilling just behind the existing ones, you're going to look for a scribe mark on the inside of the console. Obviously, since mine are already drilled out, I don't have that mark here, but this is just an artistic rendition of what you might look for inside. There should be a little cross mark. Right inside here, you can use a push pin or some other sharp tool to poke through the dead center and get a little bump or even a hole on the outside so you know where to start drilling. And the final size that these holes should be drilled out to is 20 millimeters or just over 3/4 of an inch. Once the holes are done to factory spec, we can get this whole console installed and then put the armrest on top. Okay, with the console everything down, if everything is drilled correctly, we should see our holes line up on both sides. So we're going to start by lowering our armrest in here and snapping all the plastic clips in. Keep in mind that the metal tabs on the armrest should be inside our new metal bracket. Once it's lined up, we can give it a firm push down to snap the plastic clips in place. Okay, if everything lines up, then we're in business. Now, the Honda manual does show using a 4th washer and bolt here through some threads instead of the original plastic screw. I'm just going to use my original screw with a washer here because my armrest bracket doesn't have a 4th nut that this will thread into. So I'm going to use my original regular Phillips head screw and washer here with a collar. And then for the other 3 locations, this here and the 2 on the passenger side, we'll use the Honda bolts and hardware. Once you've got the bolts tightened all the way down, we can use these grommet caps to cover up the holes that we drilled. These are easy to find at a lot of hardware stores. Just get the same size for the diameter hole that you drilled and pop them in. Don't forget on this front bolt, we'll add our collar here to make sure it's correctly spaced. Okay, and now that our armrest is firmly in place, we can get the rest of the console put back together. Okay, well that about wraps things up. Our armrest is installed, it's secure, and it's ready for action. So as I said, the process isn't terribly difficult, especially if you've removed the center console before for something else. It's fairly straightforward. I am going to link in the description a PDF of Honda's original instructions on installing this in case you need some more detailed diagrams or information on the hardware available. As I mentioned as well, the bracket that I designed is going to be available for purchase as a physical part or free download of the 3D model if you'd like to tinker with it yourself. So keep an eye out for that when it goes live. And other than that, I think that's all that I've got for this video. So I hope the information I presented was helpful today, and thank you for watching.